Hey guys, Casey Stutzman here. I want to talk a little bit about back-loading squats. These are conversations that we have a lot of time with more hardcore traditional strength and conditioning coaches, and I am all for big three lifts and Olympic lifting, but I think it has to pair with good movement mechanics. So let's kind of look at it really quick. I know if we're talking about moving serious poundage, and again, I'm not talking about necessarily training for power lifters. That's a whole different breed unto itself. But for our general clients and general athletes especially, let's kind of look at some of where the breakdowns can happen, especially within posture when we're talking about backloading a squat. So looking at the picture on the left, I want you to think about, do you feel comfortable putting weight on someone's back in that picture opposed to the picture on the right? So a couple of things that we want to point out and kind of look at is, one, if the weight is sitting right on top of the shoulders. Now in this position with that flat neutral spine and loaded into the hips with good dorsiflexion in the ankles. So again, we're looking down at the ankles. We see we got pretty decent dorsiflexion there. But when I'm loading on the back, I want to try to keep the weight over my base of support. So that way the body is as stable and as compact as it can be, so I can help effectively transfer force up into the bar. Whereas at the picture over on the right, if the weight is going to be sitting on the back up here, and we draw that straight line of gravity down through the base of support, you'll notice that we are way over in front of the toes. So that's putting a lot of force on the knees. The other big thing is, like, look at the differences in the spine. So when I have this neutral spine in this position here, neutral spine is going to allow me to use all the muscles around the trunk in order to maintain that spine position. So I can use everything around the trunk to help protect my spine. Well, in the picture over on the right, you can see we already have a bit of a rounded spine. We already got that curve going on and that rounded back there. So we already have a lot of compression before even putting any weight on it. So in this position right here, we have a lot of compressive loads in the anterior part of the spine, and on the posterior side, so on this side right here, we have a lot of compression of the discs in the anterior, and in the posterior we're kind of opening up a little bit, so we're very, very vulnerable along the backside. So what do you think happens when we load that even more? So we already have this bend, and then I'm going to put a load right here that's drawing straight down. And well, that line's not really straight, but you can see that it's obviously going to work into the bending and the curve of that spine because of our excessive neck position. So while maintaining that flat spine, I can get a lot more stability through the trunk, plus I can help keep the bar over the base of support. So even when we're looking at strength, we're not going to vary our movement mechanics drastically, because we want to make sure that the bar is loaded properly, that the spine can load properly, and that the muscles of the core can work properly in order to keep stability in the spine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to head over to CaseyStutzman.com and click Join the League of Extraordinary Trainers and look for new Movement Debriefed videos every other Friday.